I'm just saying, freedom is a very important aspect, and we gotta be on it. We have to be on it. Okay, this is what I was saying about the quote-unquote 46 states. It says usually, this is from a law review. Again, going back to that question of how they asked what should they do last week about changing their quote-unquote name and all of this. It says, usually a person can adopt any name desired for any reason. As of 2009, 46 states allow a person legally to change names by usage alone with no paperwork. Reference Julius Scheer Kushner, The Right to Control One's Name. That's UCLA Law Review 313, 2009. The states which require a statutory name change procedure are Hawaii, Louisiana, wow, we could guess that one, Maine and Oklahoma. So, I know that all of these places are make-believe land, they're quasi-national domiciles. But nonetheless, there should be no conflict in any regard unless at this point, you know, it's one of these. And then, really, they say Hawaii is, you know, quote unquote, United States or whatever. We know Moors are Aboriginal there, but this lets you know because that's way offshore, that it's not dealing with the land, it's dealing with the corporation. But hold on, that there should never even be a question about who you are unless you're dealing with these corporations. And by now, they have to give way to the sister clause because full faith and credit shall be given to all of them. All these quasi-national domiciles, really. So, majority rule. If 46 and these the only 4 that had a problem, they're irrelevant anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Hawaii pulled off though.
Huh?
Hawaii has pulled off. A lot of them have.
Yeah, what I'm saying is they're never, like, none of them ever were really a part. This is a corporation.
They're corporate names, right?
This is a corporation. Right. But when you do the knowledge on the Aboriginal people of so-called Hawaii,
the moderns,
you know what I'm saying? They look just like us. Facts. They look just like us, the original people of Hawaii. So, and is it any coincidence when we went to the quote-unquote Native Indian Museum in D.C., you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, they had the quote-unquote original Hawaiians in there. And these were Moors. Yes. Why were they talking about Moors in the quote-unquote Native Indian Museum? It's a correlation somewhere, even though we're not Indians, I get it, you know what I mean? But the nativity to the land is for real. Mm-hmm. Peace, Doctor.
With this section where it says usually a person can adopt any name desired for any reason, what you're referencing, without, with no paperwork. Yes. So it's saying as of 2009, because the reason why I'm asking for clarification, if one does change, correct, their name, one's name or appellation, do they still have to do some level of notification? I'm not saying permission, but notification, because otherwise, because when case in point, in 87, I changed my name, okay?
Right.
Which I had to go to the court, and at that time, they tell you to say it was for religious purposes.
Right.
Because otherwise it would have been a fight. They had to go to court, had to put it in the papers, pay a lot of finances to put it in the paper. So now, as of 2009,
yes,
you're saying that one could just say, okay, I'm no longer Jane Doe. I'm now Holly Jolly, and that's fine. But I need to tell you that's what I did.
I mean,
does that then put you back at any level of jurisdiction now that they know you're no longer Jane Doe, but you're Holly Jolly? Just
not really, no, because notification, I mean, specifically if you're doing it in a civilized manner, a lot of people have jobs that they need to go ahead and just let that be made known. But that is the apex of self-determination.
And not creating another straw.
Yeah, without creating another straw. You don't want to do that. So that's why, Moors do their claims and make it very clear. Yes, I've corrected my appellation, and it's not meant to be all caps or any of that. I am who I am. The power of the I am is serious. So situations like this, because remind you, the United States is a slave corporation. That's why it says as of 2009. They had to relax on their position a little bit, specifically when Moors was backing them down, saying, I am who I am, and there's nothing you can say to me. The last thing you could tell somebody is what they're not or who they're not, who they are. Who they are not. So, if somebody says, hey, I am who I say I am, you have to respect that. It's only Negroes who will act funny on you like, oh yeah, it's your real name. Come on, man, just stop playing. Your mama called you, son gonna call you.
This is a free country. You should respect his wishes and call the man Muhammad Ali.
His mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. Mm-hmm. That's right. I say Clay.
Get out of here.
Cassius Clay, yes.
Why do you want to say Cassius Clay when Howard Cosell and everybody is calling you Muhammad Ali? Then why you got to be the one of all people whose color to keep saying Cassius Clay?
Howard Cosell is not the one who's going to fight you. I am.
You making it really hard on yourself now.
Well,
why don't you keep the thing in the sport angle? Why don't you call me my name, man?
Well, what's your name? You told me your name was Cassius Clay a few years ago.
I never told you my name was Cassius Clay. My name is Muhammad Ali, and you will announce it right there in the center of that ring after the fight if you don't do it now.
For the benefit of this broadcast, him.
They don't let you live, but, by usage alone, by usage alone, so, you have to get people familiar with who you say you are,
I just have to make one comment off the site on this. It's a case law like that.
Yeah.
To answer, I just have to. Really I do. Because I realize that what they're saying is by 2009, keeping in fact that intact, that they're only talking about their corporation stuff. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? Exactly.
Yes.
So keeping that in mind,
Yes.
and then Dr. Nally is saying, but then it's about notice. That's all that it's about. Law is simply about notice. And the same process that we're talking about, you just put them on notice. End of story, because what is being said here is called common law usage.
Yes.
Just use it and go for it for however many years. Some people say common law, marriage is what, 7 years, 10 years, whatever, just use it. So it's just a matter of, and the other thing is, if you do it by court, it's AKA. Let me just read this real quick here.
Yeah, they did you with the AKA.
Yeah, it hit you with the AKA, and permission issues come in at that. And that is not common law usage. Now, I heard her say religious reasons. You can do religious reasons, which is what she was proving. For religious reason, I'm doing this, and what have you. But here's the thing. One may be employed, do business, and enter into other contracts and sue and be sued under any name they choose to at their will. Period. Because name is just to come out there in the front. That's what XRL is. And lastly, and then I'm done here, the judicial or court method of changing one's name, listen carefully, the judicial or court method of changing one's name is merely an affirmance and aid of the common law. Thus, the common law by superiority establishes supreme validation and suffices in itself to serve public notice for declaration of a name correction and or change. The court method of corroborating a name correction and change is not to be assumed as being necessary or superior, but merely a formalized method of confirming or acknowledging a person's right to a name correction or change. Such a change and it's a case law that I'm reading here. Such a change carries the exact same legal weight. Such a change, that's common law change, with public notice, carries the exact same legal weight as a court directed or decreed, name change, as long as it is not done with fraudulent intent. Now, you want to know where I got that from?
Yes.
It's on the R.A.M publication site.
Right.
Nationality card and proclamation page. It's been there all the time. It's right there.
Yes.
Please.
So now when you
That
have,
matches that.
it does, this is what we're saying. So, but you know where the doubt comes in at?
Where?
The slave-minded, the ones who've been mentally enslaved. Ain't no way you can change your name without telling master.
Yeah.
You can't be yourself. No, you can't. You ain't do it. How you gonna do that?
That's
Boy.
right.
And how did, hold up, but how did Noble Drew Ali begin to uplift Moorish Americans?
By
teaching them to just be themselves, right? Just be the I am. So this is where you see the correlation in law, because, now mind you, whether they agreed or not, that's still a natural birthright and a constitutionally secure right, as Dr. Naila pointed out, with the religious freedom. Because you got people who are so one-track minded, they have no styles on enforcing the Constitution. It's like,
Let's put our minds together as one and remember the ones who've passed on to the sky world. Their life duties are complete, they are living peacefully in the sky world, in the sky world. Ayohoya, wehana yohoya, hey yo, hayo, hayo, hoya, hana yohoya, hey, hayo, hayo, hoya, hana yo, hayo, hoya, yo, hoya, hana yohoya, hey. Let's put our minds together as one and remember the ones who've passed on to the sky world. Their life duties are complete, they are living peacefully in the sky world, in the sky world.